Invisible ink is an ancient invention that has already been used over 2000 years. From ancient times to modern conflicts, invisible ink plays a crucial role in confidential communication. There are several types of reactions that can be used to make and expose invisible ink. Hello everyone, today we are going to demonstrate a few experiments that even you can perform using a few ingredients that can easily be found in your kitchen. In order to perform the first experiment, we need to color any paper we want with a yellow-green highlighter. Next, we need to apply lemon juice on a cotton swab and rub the cotton swab on the highlighted part of the paper. We can observe that the highlighter ink is removed. Next, we need to highlight another part of the paper again, but this time with pink highlighter. And we need to apply lemon juice on a cotton swab and try to wipe off the pink highlighter, but this time it won't get wiped off. Why does this happen? Let us learn the reason behind it. Yellow-green highlighter contains a fluorescent dye called pyronin, which absorbs UV or blue light, emits yellow-colored light, and also acts as a pH indicator. When we add lemon juice to pyronin, the citric acid in the lemon juice, which is acidic in nature, causes the pyronin molecule to lose its bond structure, which changes the emitted light from yellow to outside of the visible color spectrum. Thus, the ink becomes invisible. However, the pink highlighter does not contain pyronin, and therefore no changes can be observed when it comes in contact with the citric acid in lemon juice. Let us move on to the next experiment. In order to perform the second experiment, first we need to add some warm water to baking soda. Even in the first step, we can see an interesting little chemical reaction. That is, when warm water is added to baking soda, sodium hydroxide is formed along with carbon dioxide and water. Due to the evolution of carbon dioxide, we can observe some effervescence as well. Anyways, let us move on to the next step. Next, we have to draw a rough figure on a sheet of paper using a pencil. The next step is to outline the drawing with the sodium hydroxide solution using a brush. Once we have done that, we need to make sure that the paper we have drawn the figure on is completely dry. Once the paper has dried, we have to mix some isopropyl alcohol with the turmeric. Next, we need to evenly spread the turmeric and alcohol solution on the drawing to observe something really interesting. We can see that the parts where we outline the drawing with the sodium hydroxide solution turn into a shade of red. Interesting, isn't it? Now, let us learn why this happens. Sodium hydroxide is a basic substance and turmeric is a pH indicator which turns red when it comes in contact with a base. Thus, when the sodium hydroxide solution comes in contact with the turmeric turns red. Let us move on to the next experiment. In order to perform the final experiment, we need to apply lemon juice on a cotton swab and simply draw a shape or write something on a sheet of paper using only the cotton swab. Once we have done that, we need to allow the lemon juice to dry. As expected, we cannot see anything on the paper because lemon juice is colorless. We need to apply heat on the sheet of paper using a hair straightener. Once we have done that, we can see that the parts of the paper where we have applied lemon juice turn into a shade of brown and thus become visible. Let us learn why this happens. Lemon juice is organic, which means that it contains carbon compounds which are colorless at room temperature. When heat is applied, these compounds break down and carbon is released. When carbon comes in contact with the oxygen present in air, oxidation occurs. One effect of oxidation is that things turn into a darker color. Thus, when oxidation occurs, the substance turns into a shade of brown, which makes it visible. Hope you all enjoyed this video and thank you for watching.